Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about potential stage two breakouts that I'm seeing in the market. So, the stock market is the picture of chaos. Every day, trillions of dollars are exchanged, and millions of market participants fight to acquire the most money. How can you possibly determine what is going on? Which stocks are leading the pack? Which stocks are on the verge of decline? When should you buy and sell? These are all great questions, and don't be alarmed. Every single stock market newcomer faces the same struggles you're experiencing. Reading hundreds of books, watching 1,000 hours of YouTube, and trading for years will certainly teach you all of the stock market tricks. What if you don't have time to wait that long? What if there's a way to learn a strategy that is immediately applicable and solves your biggest pain point, lack of time and experience? Well, thankfully there is. My book, Follow the Money, Trade the Trend, is available for pre-sale, and in it I explain the exact strategy I follow after reading hundreds of books, watching thousands of hours of YouTube videos, and trading the markets for years. Sidestep years of pain and frustration by trading a strategy that has proven to work in today's market conditions. The stock market is a dark and scary place for a newbie trader. You're competing against Ivy Leaguers and trading firms that have the most sophisticated trading algorithms. That's why it is critical that you register for the pre-sale of my new book. You need a trading plan that works, and this book will lead you down a path to market mastery. So enough of a self-plug. Make sure to register at this pre-sale if you're interested in buying this book. Today, we're going to be talking about stage analysis. So if you're not familiar with who Stan Weinstein is or what stage analysis is, I have all these great videos on YouTube as well. So make sure to go and watch those. And then specifically, we're going to be talking about stage two breakouts, which I also have a video on. So if you're interested, I'll put the links to these videos in the description. So just make sure to go and watch those, and let's get started. So what is stage analysis? Stan Weinstein is credited with the invention of the four stages of price movement in his book, Secrets for Profiting in Bull and Bear Markets. The four stages are as follows. Stage one, accumulation. Stage two is the breakout phase. Stage three is the distribution phase, and stage four is the decline phase. So here's a chart of Peloton. This is one of my favorite charts to look at when explaining stage analysis, just because the stages can be visualized so easily. We get our stage one accumulation where price kind of chops around the 20-week moving average, and then we get a run higher. We get a breakout of our previous highs on this date, and then we move into our stage two, which price stays above the 20-week moving average the entire time. That's a good definition of a stage two breakout. We then know we're going into stage three distribution after we start getting some choppiness around this 20-week moving average. Price is going below and above the 20-week, and the 20-week is no longer in a positive sloping uptrend. The 20-week is now sideways to neutral. This just is a good indication that the momentum has faded away, and we are seeing this distribution phase. And then the inverse of a stage two is a stage four, and the inverse of a stage one is a stage three. So this should all look very familiar. A breakout for a stage four is previous support of the stage three getting violated. We get that here on this date, and then the stage four looks exactly like the stage two. Price is staying below the 20-week moving average, and we have this downward momentum the entire time until we start to get price going above and below. This moving average starts to flatten out, and then we begin in the next stage. That's what stage analysis is in a nutshell. But stage analysis isn't unique to Stan Weinstein. Stage analysis is the theory within the technical analysis family, and it was first developed by Charles Dow in the late 1800s. Stan Weinstein then came along and perfected this theory in the late 60s and early 1970s. So what is a stage two breakout? How do we define that? So after volatility has contracted and price has broken above the 20-week simple moving average and the stage one resistance, the asset has now entered into a stage two breakout. And the stage two breakout is your ideal buying point. So here we are, we get our stage one accumulation, price is chopping above, below, and then we get our breakout day here. So the stage one caused market participants to lose interest in the asset, often right at the moment they should be most interested in it. This loss of interest translates into neutral sentiment to average, and this makes sense based on the market being a discounting mechanism. Smart money can predict when assets will improve prior to reports being released, and you can see the smart money accumulating strong assets throughout the stage one process, and the stage 2 breakout confirms the smart money beliefs. So here we see Amazon transitioning from a stage 1 to a stage 2 after we get a clear breakout from resistance. So stage 2 forms from increased demand, meaning bulls have taken control of the momentum. You want to look for a series of higher lows and higher highs, and price should also stay above the 20-week simple moving average within reason throughout the duration of the stage 2. If you're looking for assets to increase in value, then stage 2 is where you want those assets to live. All big moves to the upside happen during the stage 2 breakout. So here's our chart of Amazon during the stage 1 and the subsequent stage 2 breakout. And then here is what Amazon looks like after that. We see our lowest low, then we make a higher low, then we get our breakout, then we make a higher high, another higher low, and then another higher high. So this is exactly what you want to see in your assets when you're trading them to the long side. There's confirmation just through price action, and that's the easiest way to know if your trade is going to be correct or not. If you immediately are seeing that price is going in the direction you want it to, then that's how you know you made a successful trade, and to kind of let it ride and see how much money you can make. So now that we've kind of gone over what a stage 2 breakout is, let's see what potential stocks that are currently in stage 1 have the chance to transition to stage 2. So Dutch Bros went public in September of 21 and is currently trading below the weekly IPO closing. So here's our weekly. We started trading around 43.55 and we are below that level. So Dutch Bros is a drive-through coffee chain that competes with Starbucks for dominance of the specialty coffee marketplace. And although price is still below the stage 2 breakout level, the 20-week simple moving average is curling up. And that's a bull sign for the bros because it shows that it's being accumulated. So we can see that this is a clear stage 1 because price is within this 20-week moving average. It is chopping above and below. And one of our kind of bullish predictions is we are seeing this slope start to curl up. So if we can get a pullback to this moving average and then we bounce higher, then maybe we get another pullback to the moving average around this $38 level, and then we'll see our eventual stage 2 breakout. So the stage 2 breakout will be confirmed for bros when it hits the 44.50 level. So that was bros. Moving on to Hood. Robinhood, the extremely controversial yet still widely popular brokerage application, went public in the summer of 21. While I won't comment on Hood's ethics, I will comment on its current state of price action. So Hood has been trading sideways for the last 10 months, starting back in, we'll call it March, June of 2022. The range has been on the high end from the $13 to the low end on the $6.75. Hood has been magnetized to the 20-week moving average, and I hope this is very easy for you to tell during this stage 1 because you can see there's hardly any price bars that are outside of the range of the 20-week moving average. So what that means is the open, high, low, close, usually one of those values is represented in this 20-week moving average. And that's how you know that a stock is no longer trending either up or down, up being the stage 2 and down being the stage 4. We are in this stage 1 accumulation because we are seeing this sideways price action, and we're getting double confirmation of that with the sideways moving average. So moving average does not have a slope, and that's something you see when you're in the stage 1 or stage 3. So this phenomenon perfectly describes the price action you want to see when a stock is under stage 1 accumulation. For Hood to move into stage 2 breakout territory, watch the price of the 20-week moving average slope start to curl higher, and for price to break above the $13 level. Next up, we have KE Holdings. KE Holdings is one of China's premier online housing brokerages. Think of like Zillow or Realtor. And after going public in August of 2020, KZ Holdings is trading roughly 40% lower than its IPO price. We look up in here, we closed at $33, and now we are down at the, we'll call it $20 level. So KE Holdings stage 1 accumulation started back in March of 22, and we see that here on our lowest low. And now KE Holdings is pushing up against resistance on the stage 1 accumulation. I'd expect KE Holdings to pull back to the 20-week moving average, kind of what we were talking about on Bros as well, before we transition to stage 2 breakout territory. But once we break above this $20 level, look for KE Holdings to go into a stage 2. If you haven't noticed by now, all of these charts that I've shown, the last 3 charts I've shown have a theme. So these are all initial public offerings, IPOs. IPOs are generally more volatile than your larger market capitalization stocks, and lots of money can be made if you correctly time your stage 2 breakout buy. 2022 was a horrible year for IPO returns, and almost all experienced stage 4 declines for the duration of mid-2021 to mid-2022. With these stocks in the midst of stage 1 accumulations, now is the ideal time to build your watch list and buy when stage 2 breakout is confirmed. Make sure to keep training your eyes to spot these stage 1 accumulation patterns, and you will unlock the secrets to buying stocks before they experience their large moves higher. The more charts you look at, the easier this identification process will become. And if you're looking for, more chart examples, again, my book has tons of chart examples. I kind of walk you through, I hold your hand through how to identify these stages with a multitude of other things. So if you're looking for somewhere to trade and gain some experience, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you pick up this pre-sale and get ready to read this book when it was released. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.